We are back. Yes, we are back here on United and Everything Football Podcast. My name is Kwame. I'm here with Kwame Juguesiako. As you can see, the background is different because work is taking me places. Kwame, it's great to have you on
Indeed.
the podcast.
Indeed.
You'll be seeing different locations over the next couple of weeks. You won't be seeing consistent places, but it tells you how important you are to us. Wherever you are, we record for you, so you would enjoy the podcast here on United and Everything Football. It's great to come your way. We are still just having the kind of signings we want. Yes, we are doing signings. We are announcing players, but it's not the kind of players you want. So in our books, we just signed only one player.
Every day we here we go, but it's no. That's not the here we go.
There is an Ornstein bomber. There is a here we go, but we are not part of it.
They are announcing Enzo and Diego Leon and Rose and
even we are signing and we are even loaning.
Oh God. Busy for nothing.
Anyway, it's always great to come your way on this podcast. You know what to do. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We are here to talk about a lot of things. I mean, the transfer window, the players are back for preseason. There's a lot to talk about. So over the next 1 hour, we'll be talking a lot here on United and Everything Football. Let me make a quick turnaround. You know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, pause the video. Yes, pause it. Like it, and let's move on. Like it. And,
the likes are very, 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 very important. So please hit the like button.
Please hit the like button. Hit the like button for us. All right. So let's make a quick turnaround. When we come back, we delve deep here on United and Everything Football. We'll be right back. All right, thank you very much. Welcome back to United and Everything Football Podcast. Let me go through my X because Kwame asked, what do you want us to talk about on X? And a lot of you had a lot of things to say. Hey, Charlie, it was many. It was many. 16 comments. Let me see the quotes. Okay, there was no quotes, but 16 comments. So we will touch on every bit of them. We'll try. We can't. I don't think we can touch all, but because some of them look alike, so we'll put them together and then we would discuss that. But and it's going to fit into a lot of the things that we have planned to talk about because we'll be talking about the players, their arrival, and some of the few things that has been happening. We've seen some videos. We've seen Cunha. He's granted his first interview. And also Diego Leon is also with the team and is also training. But Kwame, let me start from this first question. And this is from a very good friend of mine. He follows us on our handle. He's called Edem. Edem is asking, delaying. We asked, so what should we talk about? Edem says, delaying outgoings and incomings. How squad fare in the first 5 fixtures costs at this point? Kwame, what is causing the delay in outgoings? What is causing the delay in incomings? If you can throw a lot more light on that, Edem wants to know why. Because Spurs have just announced, Newcastle are just, everybody is like, there's a magic number this season, 55, 60, 60. Usually, Brentford looks at all of these. And these players, per the standards of last season, are below Mbeumo. And they are saying give them 70 million or something. You are there.
So speaking of that, so we put up a poll,
Yes.
On the X where we spoke about other clubs signing these kind of players for these amounts. And so the question was, should United pay Brentford 70 million pounds asking price for Mbeumo? Over 100 votes and 63% of you said yes. I think we've gotten to a point where fans are super frustrated and just want the deal to be done.
Let's move on.
But I'm a bit torn personally.
Yeah.
And that feeds into answering the question as to what this club wants to do to change a narrative in terms of how we buy players and then how we sell players.
Yeah.
There's also our pressing need for players, meaning that we have to bring in players and we have to let certain players go at all costs. So how to find a balance is the issue. You know, I was super frustrated with you in particular about a month ago on the pod.
Yes.
When I was talking to you about the fact, not even a month ago, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I was talking to you about the game model and Wilcox acknowledging the fact that he has to make a lot of signings for this manager to be successful, but we had only made one signing. Fast forward a couple of weeks later, and I told you I'm calm because I expected the Mbeumo move to have been completed by now. At least if you give this manager a couple of signings before the start of preseason, I think it's a good start.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Mbeumo move seems never ever to be completed.
It's been over 30 days. Over 30
37, I'm counting actually. 37.
Since the player said that it is Manchester United or bust.
And you know the funny thing, in that period, Spurs have sacked their manager, tried to get Mbeumo, failed, and have been able to sign an alternative before Manchester United has concluded a deal for Mbeumo.
And
do you get how serious?
They are also
Gibbs White on top of that.
So they've signed Kudus, they've signed Gibbs White, and they are also
They actually signed Tell this summer,
and they are also in the hands for Yohan Wissa.
I think Forest also are also in the hands for him. So let's just see. And you know that even puts more pressure on Manchester United to get the Mbeumo deal done, because I don't see. I can't doubt that, because I was telling Atapoko that what Brentford is doing is a bit dangerous in getting rid of almost all their players. So I wouldn't even put it past them selling both. But you wouldn't want to risk it by letting either Spurs or Forest complete the deal for Wissa, and then what happens to Mbeumo? Manchester United may be left in the limbo, because I don't even think that we have a very good second option lined up. And that's the scary part.
Yeah.
If you don't complete the Mbeumo deal, where do you go next? Almost all the other alternatives seem to be taken by other clubs. What do you do then? So eventually we have to make a decision. And this is where I go into the actual subject matter, the narrative.
Yeah.
Manchester United has overpaid for a lot of players over a long period of time. Yeah. It gets to a point where you say we have to make people know that we are not that kind of club that gets extorted just because we are Manchester United, and that we want to stick to certain valuations and be able to get our prizes. At the same time, we did so badly last season. We are in so much need for players. Our competitors are getting stronger and better. That it gets to a point where you say to yourself that if I keep trying to change the narrative, it comes at what expense? At the expense of not getting your players in time, at the expense of probably even missing out of players, and at the expense of not even getting good alternatives to the players you may miss out on. So sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and come to a compromise and say to yourself, maybe paying this fee is the best way to go. But there are repercussions when you do that. What happens when you go for the next target, which is rumored to be a striker?
Yeah.
Assuming
it's only
that you want only Watkins. And like we said, you ended up paying Wolves what they wanted.
Yeah.
If you end up paying Brentford what they want,
you end up paying what Villa wants.
So at the end of the day, you would not have achieved anything this summer, just as any other person was not able to achieve summers before you by trying to bring down prices to what our valuation actually is. So you wouldn't have achieved anything.
But Kwame,
so it's a balancing act.
Why? This is my thought as well. I wanted to chip it into sort of, and then maybe you can carry it on when I'm done. You see, the reason why we are struggling to remove this whole United tax is the fact that we are not performing, right? When you are not performing, the other teams sense some sort of desperation. because they know you definitely want the player. And because they know you definitely want the player, they are going to do everything to frustrate you because they are not in a hurry. The reason why this Mbeumo deal has been where it is and no other team is coming is because the player has showed his hand that is United or no other team. That's why we are still here. And that's why we still have this. Now, Newcastle have signed Ilanga. Spurs have signed Kudus, which is supposed to be their Mbeumo. So now the teams that we are in competition with have all gotten their targets and or replacements for their first choice targets, which is Mbeumo. So we are now, and it looks as if that is what is helping us at the moment. But we are in a difficult situation where we are not doing very well. So this is my opinion. I feel if we are very confident and we trust that the players we want now is a gamble. But if we are confident that if these players are the ones that can take us to the next level and make us very competitive, adding some few pounds to it to, get them over the line while we try to still get our house in order and make sure the team is very competitive, perhaps should be the option. Because see, if we keep the reality of the current situation is this. We have only added Cunha. We have exiled all attackers. As it stands, the attackers we have are Zexi, Amad, and Højlund. And these people don't guarantee us goals. That is the fact. So, if we have identified Cunha, who has come in and guarantees us some goals and assists and creativity, and we have identified Mbeumo, who was also come in and top it up, I believe the valuation, the gap, we should find a way around it.
All right, so a compromise fee of, let me just be hypothetical here.
Yeah.
Will you agree if United guaranteed Brentford £62.5 million plus £2.5 billion in add-ons, a £65 billion deal?
Do it.
From where we started, 45 plus 10, 55 plus 10, and now we're going to end up.
Do it.
62.5 plus 2.5.
65, because see, Gibbs White is going for 60 million. Kudus is for 55 million. Madueke, they want 55 million. Right?
Kwame, I agree with you, right? What I don't want us to do is to hit the £70 million mark.
No, that one, no.
Once you hit that mark, the signal is clear.
That is a point of desperation.
Yeah.
That is a point
and it's not good. It's not good going into the rest of the window. In as much as we think there's a lot of time left in the window, there's not a lot of time before the season starts.
Absolutely.
But just about 5 weeks before the season starts. So we have to get our acts together.
Mbeumo should be a Carrington.
Should be there. Yeah. I was thinking, see, honestly, my honest thought was that this move would have been done. I'm quite surprised. In fact, I'm shocked that this move has not been completed.
It's very shocking.
And it's almost Friday, another week. Preseason has started, almost 1 week, and this move hasn't been completed. What are you doing? See, let's get a reasonable compromise, the values that we've mentioned, and get that move over the line. I believe that if we get that signing over the line, the fans will calm down a bit, because it's beginning to sound very annoying and irritating. In fact, I'm sure by the time they even announced the signing, all the juice would have been out of it. Nobody would really care that much. We'd all probably be looking forward to the next signing, which is hopefully a striker. So they should find a way. I don't want us to come and sit here on the next pod and be discussing Mbeumo again. In fact, to be honest, it is tiring, it's exhausting, and it is boring. Get that move done for the numbers we're talking about. The problem with getting players out of the club, as for that one, that's the other part of the question. We all know.
Yeah.
we have a lot of players who have underperformed for starters, who some of them were bought for huge amount of money, of which their amortized values are still huge on the books. And then the worst part is they are on wages that the clubs that are interested in them are not interested in paying those wages at all. Because those players at this point don't warrant those kind of wages.
Yeah.
So it's multifactorial, and it's down to years of poor squad planning and poor performance on the football pitch.
Yeah.
If your team is performing well, you can sell your deadbeat players for huge amount of money.
Correct.
Liverpool are about to recoup almost all the amount of money they bought Darwin Núñez for. You get what I'm saying? Arsenal can quote whatever price they want for some of their assets that they have to discard.
Yeah.
So can Chelsea. So can even Nottingham Forest at this point, because their team performed well. When you do well, your assets are of value to other people, because you can always say these players got me to where I am, and I want where the club is, and we want to keep them. At Manchester United, what we have even done is we have exiled our players.
Yeah.
We've exiled them, these players who have these issues, we've exiled them on top of that, meaning that we have even devalued the assets further.
Yeah.
Why should any club be desperate to pay any amount of money that we want for the assets? Today, this evening, we are hearing that Alejandro Garnacho may be reintegrated into the squad. And I was having a discussion with a few of our friends in the group concerning Garnacho prior to this news. And the argument was that if a bid of £45 million comes in for Garnacho, let's say 3 days to the end of the window, whilst he's still been exiled, are you going to accept the bid or not? And most of them were saying, hey, but Gibbs White is going to cost this and this plus, Elanga is costing 55 million and blah, blah, blah.
But we have devalued the fans, we have even devalued the player. The coach
we keep devaluing our assets. The coach has devalued, the club has devalued the assets, yet you want a club to come in and pay premium 60, 70 million pounds for the assets? That's not going to happen. The best thing the club can do in Garnacho's case, which is an exception to the other players, is that he isn't on silly wages. He's still young, and he's the asset that can fetch us the biggest amount of money.
Let him hang around the team, man.
Let him hang around with a pretense that we still want to keep him around.
Yeah.
And then be able to beat somebody in paying a decent fee for him.
Yeah.
The rest, I do not support bringing them back, because they have had the opportunities at the football club.
Yeah.
And it's time for them to go. Some of them have publicly said they want to also leave, so it's just find ways for them. And we're not going to get so much for them because of the challenges we have already spoken about. But I'm making this prediction because I totally believe in it. Nobody will bid for Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho will be a Manchester United player.
Nobody will bid.
And it will be a humbling situation for him, because I even believe at a point in time he'll be made to publicly apologize.
Yeah.
But this is what is going to happen to him when he stays. Amorim would have been proven right when he said you'll be lucky to find a football club who will come in for you because of your stinking attitude, not because of your ability.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think that other clubs are just stupid and they don't see what we see.
They know everything. They see everything.
If we want Garnacho gone because of his attitude, ask yourself, why would any good club want to buy him and inherit the same problem, knowing that it could rear its head in the future and be a big problem for them as well?
Yeah.
So the boy should be humbled, become a squad player. I think playing this many games for Manchester United at a very young age got into the boy's head. But if we do our business right and bring in at least 3 forwards, it will almost guarantee that Garnacho, if he stays, will be a squad player. And many of us even believe that he's better off even coming off the bench.
Correct.
Learn your trade, fight for your place at Manchester United. It shouldn't be given to you on a silver platter like it's been given to him for the last season and a half, where because of a lack of options, especially the last 6 months, he had to be playing this many games, thinking that he even had the right to start the Europa League final. If Manchester United was Manchester United,
who are you?
No 21-year-old would be making such demands. Even Ronaldo at that age wasn't even making those demands for the kind of quality that we had in our squad. You get what I'm saying? If he was starting ahead of people like the likes of Giggs and Park and the rest, it's because he was that good.
Yeah.
But Garnacho plays because there is nobody else. That should not be the case. Bring in Mbeumo, in addition to Cunha and a striker, and Garnacho will be playing from the bench as he should be. So that is the situation with ins and outs, to be honest. It's quite dicey, but then
very.
It's just what it is.
Very dicey. Very dicey. Let me move on to the next one. Kwame Adu posted something. I've been laughing. Kwame Adu says, "Let's get Vivel on the line and ask him where is Mbeumo."
Yesterday there was this news that still broke concerning Manchester United looking for a new head of
recruitment.
Let's get the titles right. So Vivel is the director of recruitment. He's the boss, actually.
Yes.
Effectively, what Manchester United is looking for is somebody who will be the head of senior recruitment. What it means is we're looking for a head scout. If you read the article, that's the thing. I think everybody's angry, including myself, and pissed off. So when we saw the headline, we're like, you're now getting a head of senior recruitment when we're in the middle of the window. But no, if you read the article, the clarity here is they are looking for a new head of scouts for all the regional scouts so that they can be able to, he will supervise them looking for talent all around the world. Your 16, your 17, your 18-year-old players. It's just a restructuring that Vivel is trying to do because we were over-bloated and non-functional with a lot of appointments. They are reducing all that to make it as narrow as possible, and then everything will be more data-based than just the human naked eye. So they're just getting a new head scout. So fans should calm down a bit. As for Vivel,
Kwame, that was not the kind of Austin bomber we're looking for. So that is the problem.
We're so pissed.
When you see Austin, Man United, you are looking for a player. An Mbeumo or something,
Everyone was triggered yesterday. I think the whole senior player recruitment thing, it's not just a Vivel issue. It's together with Wilcox. They're supposed to sort it out. Sort this thing out. You said something very interesting the last time about Wilcox. The fact that publicly some people have said that his negotiation tactics, and we are seeing it now, leads to people saying that, sometimes you can just go over the edge a little bit, but no, he will let a deal fall through because of just a few pounds and a few details. And unfortunately, that's what we are seeing. But this is Manchester United. This is his first big job. The Southampton job was not that big. He has to make certain compromises to how he operates and get certain
we'll see how it goes
as soon as possible.
We'll see how it goes. Our friend Savagely Scary, how do you call it? He also asks what is going on at United. Is it bust in mind? Charlie, that's exactly what we are talking about. James Brew said we should talk about Mbeumo. We've done that. The situation in there, not serious in the transfer window. There is a particular question that we'll get to. I want us to exhaust everything in the transfer. Then we come to the team. So I'm looking through to see issues on the transfers and all of that. Okay, I think we've exhausted that. But as it stands now, the update is that we are still negotiating. We don't have players going out at the moment. The Sancho one, for instance, that a lot of people felt Juventus. Apparently, Juventus have not held any talks with Man United. They're still haggling over the wages with Sancho. Juventus are not willing to pay what Sancho wants. So that is where we find ourselves.
Yes, they are saying our 25 million bid it's not a problem. The 25 million is chicken change. But we're not going to pay the boy.
That's the point. So that's the point. So it will get to a point that at some point, like Kwame have been saying consistently, United will bite the bullet, and then we'll find a way of offloading him because we have to get something from that boy. We have to get some 10 million, 15 million to, even if we break even at zero, it is very important to get him off the books. So we are able to do that. If it has to do it, we're paying him off to ensure that he doesn't worry what we are doing.
Take the 25 million, pay him off a bit, and then
that's it. Let him go and negotiate with the other club, and then take whatever they want to take from him. Also, what else? Rashford's situation is also quite interesting. Nothing serious yet. Barcelona are going round circles. They are going round chasing their targets, and it looks like Rashford is their last stop.
Their last resort.
They will come. They will definitely come when they are hitting the side.
And even
They will
that
come for a loan.
that alone.
They will come for a
They will
loan.
not come and pay.
They will come for a loan and all of
No.
that. So basically, I think some of these transfer issues would resolve, especially the outgoings will resolve itself when we get to the final stages or the final weeks
You
of.
see, that's the issue, Kwame. And it goes back to our last podcast. If at a point you need sales to be able to make further purchases, and you are saying some of these sales would only go through at the very last minute, how then are you going to afford your purchases? That's the dilemma.
Yeah.
After Mbeumo, how do you get your striker if players are not going to move out?
It's quite interesting. It's quite.
How about we'll get there? We'll see.
We'll get there. We'll see.
See, what do you think about Vlahovic on a free?
Vlahovic,
If his contract is cancelled at Juventus, you know they are also facing a similar problem with
on a free on a good wage. I'll give it a try. I honestly would give it a try. I would rather take that. I don't know why it hasn't gone well at Juventus, but he was on fire at Fiorentina. And maybe we could give it a try. I mean, it will be a safe option in the window. Maybe give him on some short-term contract or something. I'm not too sure how it's going to work.
Why would he accept a short-term contract when he's a free agent?
He's still within the
25, 26.
25, 26. So anyway, maybe give it a gamble, low wage, because if they are terminating the contract, it means they are paying him off.
But then again, it also means that he's a free agent and he also wants a signing on bonus.
Also, the signing on bonus there is normal with free agents. That one you can't take it out. That
will give us 100K.
Yeah, you get it. Take the signing on and then give him the 100K and let's see how it goes. So
I'll see if that is our last resort. I'll take it too.
Oh, I'll take it.
Or let me make another suggestion: a swap between Vlahovic and Sancho. Let's swap our bad assets. What do you think?
That you see, there's
no cash.
That's the problem. It's
no cash.
The wages for both clubs, because Juve is trying to take off the wages. We are also trying to take off the wages. If we are swapping, who is going to take the wages? Who is
we are swapping problems.
So just cancel. You cancel, we cancel, right?
So let's also cancel Sancho.
Cancel, and let's move on. Anyway, let me get to.
Oh, we are so fucked.
Let me get to other things. Let me get to other issues. Someone says, okay, so let's get to the team. So the team has reported to preseason. And Kwame, I don't know, you sent me something. I was looking for the players that have reported to camp. So as of today, every player has joined. It's because someone wanted to know, let me get the person's name. Ni Okai, he says, updates on the players in training right now, when the whole squad will return, and academy players who are likely to break into the senior squad. So Kwame, as it stands, Neokai, as it stands today, the internationals, which is Bruno, Dogu, Højlund, Diallo, Casemiro, and all the other players have joined the team right now. Lenny Euro, and all the other.
The OB,
everyone. Back. Now we have a full set. So they went through their medicals today. You know, normally the first day you go through some medical testing to see, have a baseline of where your fitness is at the moment. We want to check and ascertain all of that. Then they do some gym work and then they join their colleagues on the pitch to do some ball work as well. So that is basically where it is right now. So,
but you know that one thing I've noticed.
Yeah, talk to me.
The squad is thin now.
Oh, it's very thin. But you're only playing domestic competitions. What else you want?
Yeah, it's thinned out.
You're only playing domestic competitions. You know, and it's easier to manage them in terms of span of control because you don't have a larger competition, and it's just a small group where you can be able to, build something around them. So we'll see how it goes. Neokai, third question. I've answered the first two. Kwame, he says academy players who are likely to break into the first side, who are likely to
because we are not in multiple competitions. It will be very, very difficult for some academic players to break through in this manager's first full season. The reason I say this, if there are no games, how are you going to play? Because we're only in the Premier League, and later we'll play a couple of domestic cup competitions, and that's it. And I'm sure those cup competitions will also mean a lot. So you can't just throw in kids in those kind of games.
Yeah.
Bendito Matatu is a name that has been touted as someone who could break through, but I still don't see it. You know why I don't see it? Let me tell you why I don't see it.
Well, that place is stuck. That place is stuck.
Today, Diogo Dalot had his jersey number changed from 20 to 2. I sent you a list of the squad and then the positions.
We'll talk about
most
that.
likely,
we'll talk about
most likely to start. Yeah. And Dalot is going to start games. People even think Amad is going to play. Me, I don't even think Amad will even start there often. I don't think so. I think Dalot is going to start. Very soon they'll even announce him as deputy captain. You just mark it. Mark it. And so on that flank, it's Dalot and then it's Amad. And I just don't see how Mantato gets in. I just don't see it. I honestly do not see it. We're in for Kwenda, meaning that we're looking to reinforce that position, right? But priorities may have changed based on the fact that we didn't qualify for Champions League football and we don't need a big squad. So he may be somebody who will be on the periphery, but I just don't see it. Harry Amas already made a few appearances last season, but like in the last episode, we spoke about the fact that he's going to be in contention with Diogo Leon for the backup left wing back spot. Chido Obi has also shown promise. In Hong Kong, he scored a couple of goals, but I'm sure he'll be itching to score his first like proper goals, because those goals don't actually count. Preseason goals, they all don't count. If I'm to stick my neck out, I'd say Chido Obi would be somebody who is not going anywhere anytime soon, so he'd be in and around the first team. Besides him, I don't see any other youngsters breaking through in midfield, in defense. I just don't see anybody. There's not going to be anybody new.
But there are some other names.
Fredrickson and all that. They are in and around the team, but they're not going to.
I mean, those names. But I'm looking in the middle of the pack where the Sekou Kone. Do you think these players will get some shouts?
Sekou Kone would be looked at this window, but I don't think he would be a Manchester United player come the end of the summer. I think he would be loaned to Lausanne. We'll take a good look at him to see whether he can fit that athletic midfielder build. But I think the boy needs a lot more growing to do, and he just wouldn't
physically, right?
Physically, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's just see how. We'll watch preseason critically. I think this will be the preseason I would watch the most critically ever. I'll take a lot of attention. I like my time to watch the games, pay attention to, because I want to see certain things. I have an idea as to what I need to see. If I'm seeing it, I'm seeing it. If I'm not seeing it, I'm not seeing it. But I don't think he would make it. I think he would be loaned out to us, and it would be good for him. Rather than stay at Manchester United over the next 6 months and not be playing. I'd rather he goes there
to play the men's game,
and then play the men's game. That's the phrase. Play the men's game. And we'll look back at him in December and see whether we'll be able to bring him in. I'm even hoping that we bring in a midfielder so that he can go and learn whilst we figure out our own issues with the senior team. We don't have to focus on him. We'll just monitor him from a distance. Johnny Evans will be monitoring him and then give us feedback as to whether he's ready or he's not ready. See, the youngsters, this is not time for youngsters. This is like a squad of 22 first teamers who are supposed to play a galvanized game, play possession-based football, be coordinated, be linked with each other properly, and then produce football results. I'm telling you what I'm expecting. It's not time for the children, my friend. It's not time. Let's not waste time on this one. It's not time for children. When I read.
Anyway, let me make a quick turnaround. When I come back, there are some few things we'll talk about. We'll spend time talking about the team itself, the players that are in training, I will single out some players that maybe, I don't know if my eyes, but I personally think they will have a good season. I'll single them out, and then we'll perhaps focus on them, and then we'll discuss that at length. So you can share your comment on them as well in the comment section. It's very, very important. The next episode, the next segment, or after we come from the break, what we are going to discuss is very, very great. So please stick and stay with us. Let me make a quick turnaround. When I come back, we'll continue here on United and Everything Football. We'll be right back after this. All right, thank you very much. Welcome back to United and Everything Football Podcast. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please like the videos for us. We can't stress on that enough. Remember to like the videos. It's very important for us here on United and Everything Football Podcast. I want us to narrow down the squad. I want to project this. Roxanne, please project this for us.
Alvaro Caracas to Real Madrid. Do you know the funny thing? We are making coins.
Hey, let's talk about that before we get to that. Is it here we go?
Yeah, so here we go.
Madrid
have signed them. I think that would be the biggest sell-on clause that would benefit from, because we have a big one. How much are we getting? I think it's 40% also, if 40%? I'm not mistaken.
No. Yeah, I think it's too high. 40% is too high. Are you sure?
Really? No. I think it was a big sell-on clause. I remember some. No, I think it was 25%. Sorry.
Exactly, because
25%.
Because I think at the time that during the estimated we'll be getting around 6 or 7 million. I've forgotten.
I think it's 25%.
Yes, 6 or 7 million.
And you know the funny thing about those sell-on clauses. Laurie Whitwell was explaining the sell-on clause. It's not as raw as we see it.
Yeah,
it is the percentage on the profits made on the sale. That's how they calculate it. So, for instance, let's use Elanga's estimation as an example. We're only going to get about £5 million instead of £8 million that was initially reported, because Forest bought him for £15 million and have sold him for 55, right?
Yes, 55.
Meaning that they've made how much?
They've so
35. Is it a £30 million profit, or 45 million pounds?
40 million pounds.
40 million pound profit. Yes. So the 40 million pound profit, you would calculate the sell-on clause percentage from the 40 million.
Okay.
Not the overall fee. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Do you get my point?
Yeah, I get it.
Because if the team isn't going to make any profit, how then do they give you a sell-on percentage? So, for instance, if they sold Elanga for 10 million pounds instead of the 55, they can't give you a percentage of that because they're not getting anything from the player. So it's usually, if we make a profit on the sale, we'll give you a percentage of the profit. You understand? That's how it works. I didn't know that. I didn't understand that, but I was like, he explained it clearly. So he said Manchester United would only make £5 million from the Elanga thing instead of the 8 million. Some people are even saying 11 million and all those kind of things. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it's calculated. So I'm sure even with the other deals, that is how it's often calculated. Unless it is stated very clearly in the contract that we own 40% of the player or we own 50% of the player, as in the case of Mason Greenwood.
Yeah. So
that's the exception.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Anyway, so
we are collecting coins.
We are collecting coins. The sell-ons are coming. So now we have 2 sell-ons that are coming. We have that of Elanga and now Alvaro Caracas.
No, it's not just 2. There's this guy too. The one who was sold from Legia Warsaw. Maxi Oyedele. We own 50%. He's been sold to Chelsea Strasbourg.
Oh, okay.
Chelsea Strasbourg. you know I call them Chelsea Strasbourg. He's been sold to Strasbourg in France. That's Chelsea's team, B team. So now he's a Chelsea asset. He no longer belongs to us. He sold for £5.2 million, and we owned 50% of him. So that we'll get about half of the fee, which is about £2.6 million. Yeah. We are collecting the coins on the side.
It's very, very, very important that we continue collecting the coins.
Gather all those coins and then top up and go and pay the Mbeumo fee, and let's just get out. Hey, Alvaro Fernandez was sold for 50 million euros, and Manchester United have a 20% sell-on.
20% sell-on clause.
That's
fine. That's fine.
It's
Anyway,
not bad.
Kwame, go take us through the team that you when our players are available, when we have players that are fit and available. We've projected that. Now we have
Honestly, I don't have it in front of me, but I have it. If you could help.
Onana in goal,
I think
Mazraoui, De Ligt, Euro, and then at right wing back we have Diogo Dallo, Ugarte, Bruno, and then Patrick Dogo at left wing back, and Amad Cunha, and then Zexi. These are the players we have, not like who are available right now for us. It's very interesting.
If you put together what would be the best available 11 from the squad that we have available now, the keyword is now.
Yeah.
You are looking at Zexi up front, because between Zexi and Højlund, I'm not sure anybody's speaking Højlund right now. Zexi up front, Amad at right 10, Cunha at left 10.
Yes.
Bruno and Ugarte in central midfield. Dalot at right wing back. Dogo at left wing back. At right centre back, you're looking at Mazraoui. Central centre back, Matthijs de Ligt. And left centre back, Lenny Yoro. And in goal, still Andre Onana.
Yeah.
This team does not inspire at all. Let me be honest with you, yeah? Even without signings, I expect this team to play better.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Talk to me.
Because the coach would have had 6 months with this team, coaching this team. In fact, 8 months being a Manchester United manager.
Yeah.
He would have gotten rid of certain players from the squad, as we have already seen with him exiling the squad. The reason why I expect this to have an impact on the squad is it sets a culture where certain things will not be tolerated. If players are not performing in training, they have to give 100% in training. If players are not running, they would have to run, because we will not tolerate anyone who is not doing what the coach asks him to do. And then, for instance, the player is not doing it, we will not tolerate such things. So I expect everybody else to be better than they were last season.
Yeah.
The area that is of most concern to me is the area where we lacked goals, which is the forward. That is why I expect us to bring in at least 3 forwards. Forwards who are Premier League proven or who are experienced enough, and we know that if they come, they bring a certain quality and can hit the ground running. This is key. Once that area of the pitch is solved, the only other place I am super concerned about is the goalkeeping situation.
Yeah.
If you correct these places, if we can go as far as to add a central midfielder, then hooray. Yeah. But if you are able to make these signings, these are not so many signings, these are just a few signings, right? I expect everybody else to go up a notch. So despite the fact that I talk about this starting 11 not being inspiring, I still expect them to play better, but they will not be able to carry us to the highs that we want to reach next season, considering the competition. That's the difference. This team would probably finish 8th, at best 6th. But that is not where Manchester United should be, even next season. To get into the top 4 competition, right, you need to add more quality players. And these are the areas that we have to address. So far, we've only addressed one of those positions, which is not enough. We need at least 2 more to come in the earnest. If we can go to 5 by the end of the window with the addition of a goalkeeper and a midfielder, I expect us to be able to compete at least for a top 4 position and a trophy next season. So now it doesn't look good. I'll be honest, it doesn't look. In fact, it looks very, very underwhelming, extremely underwhelming. But I still expect them to play better. Even Amorim would expect his current squad now to even play better than they actually did.
I mean, you would have had the benefit of having assembled or having been with the team for a very long time. You know the strength, the weaknesses, the abilities of everyone. Yourself, you have bigged some of these players up. Now your principals can get into them. You can train them with intensity and all. And that brings me to one player I am really tipping to have a big season. I'm not too sure how much goals he gives us, but I think at the tail end before he got injured, he was sort of picking up the rhythm of the Premier League and
And I
everything.
guess,
Joshua Zexi.
oh, yeah, you already spat his name on.
Yeah, that's Joshua Zexi. I feel
I'm not as confident as you are that
you're not as
he
confident,
picks
right?
things up. No, no.
You still think he's still the stylish Dadaba player?
There is just this. I'm I go on. I let me put it this way. First impressions mean a lot to me, and it's very,
Mhm.
very difficult
To shift you from
for
that.
me to get a different impression once I make an impression of you. I
Yeah,
don't know whether it makes sense.
I get it.
You have to prove a lot to. It's the issue. I had a back and forth with somebody in the comment section, even
Yeah,
concerning Amorim.
yeah.
Once I have a first impression of you, it's up to you to prove me wrong.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
always open to getting people to prove me wrong. I don't have a problem with that.
Mm.
I give people second, third opportunities. But it doesn't mean that I don't have a formed impression of you that you have to change.
Mm.
So, for instance, if Amorim has disappointed in his first 6 months, I'm not going to be high on Amorim, but I give him the opportunity to be able to change my mind, prove that he's a better coach for this club than I actually think that he
Yeah.
is. You get what I'm saying? All that he needs is the right sort of backing. And I think he's being backed. He's being backed even by the fact that we have been able to let certain players go. But we need to back him enough in terms of giving him players.
Yeah.
Back to Joshua Zexi. My first impression of Joshua Zexi has not been a good one as a
Mm.
Manchester United player.
Mm.
So until I see him actually doing it, I just don't see it.
Mm.
People think I'm harsh when I do that, but it's not being harsh. It's just naturally that's just how I am.
Yeah.
Even if you work for me and you mess up, it doesn't mean automatically I'm going to sack you.
Mm.
But I'll be very wary of you going forward,
Mhm.
even when you have another opportunity to prove yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just going like, this guy has disappointed before. I'll be highly skeptical, but I'll be hoping that you'll be able to change my mind and turn things around and
Yeah.
pull things off. So you may be high on Joshua Sexy based on things that you saw.
Mhm.
I just didn't see enough. I know what you saw.
Yeah.
I know you saw a player whose touch was better. I know you saw a player who started to best buy players easily, had control of the football far better than he
Was
had before,
aggressive.
was far more aggressive. But I also saw a player in that same time in big games disappear.
Mm.
None better than the game against Arsenal, which I thought he was in a good period at the time.
Yeah.
And I was expecting him to be able to stamp his authority in that game at Old Trafford. And he got absolutely bullied by Gabriel and his partner, Saliba.
Yeah.
And I was like, but then again, it's his first season,
Yeah.
adapting to a new league and all those kind of things. Those things are always going to be used as, I call them excuses. You know me, I'll call them excuses. People will say it's explanations, but I
But
always, as for me, I don't say these things explanations, they're excuses.
aren't they legitimate? I mean, we've seen other clubs and players go through that, and
I even cite examples of Manchester City players who have poor first seasons
Mm.
and then have, but until I see the player do it,
Mhm.
I'm not going to be the one who would go like, oh yeah, based on what I saw last season, I'm sure he's going to. I'm not sure about any of these players. I'm not.
Yeah.
Until I see Joshua Zexi do it. The thing even about Joshua Zexi is if we do sign a number 9, I'm
Mhm.
not even looking at Zexi to be honest.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not.
But we are all not looking at him as a number 9 now. We are now looking at him as we classify him as a number 10.
You see, Amorim has stated clearly that he should play as a 9 and be more aggressive and
Four
selfish
goals.
as a 9. You are asking him to be something that he is not. That is why I'm not even confident that he would be able to turn things around. Do you get
Well,
my point? Do you get
I
the
get
point
your point.
where I'm coming from? Exactly.
I absolutely get your point. I absolutely get your point. But
So until he proves it, I'm like he's just one of those other guys.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just tipping. I'm just tipping that I feel he's potentially going to have a.
If I'm going to tip one player who would potentially do well, this is going to be a very, very controversial one.
Yeah.
Mason Mount.
If if that guy will get over his injuries, we don't
Mason
have a problem.
I feel with the narrow squad, Mason Mount to play more than some people think that he would actually play so far as he's fit. Because this manager likes him. When he says he likes man, I know he likes him.
He likes him.
And like you said, getting to the tail end of last season, he also started doing a bit of this.
He managed him very well. So he wasn't going and coming.
And I feel like he will be determined to be able to get him to sort of continue, especially as one of the left tens, because that's where he used to play him. And see where Mason Mount can go. The reason why I say that is this boy will also be determined to make the England squad. He has an extra motivation because even the manager who coaches the England team likes him. A lot of coaches seem to like Mason Mount for some reason. So if he stays fit,
he's hard.
Unlike Zexi, where I'm not confident, I've seen Mason Mount actually do it in this league. Like when Mason Mount is on it, I've seen him do it in this league. It's just that for 2 years, he has been injury ravaged at Manchester United, and we have not seen anything like that. But if he stays injury free, he's the one I'm predicting might have a good season. Aside any of the new players that we sign, the rest, my hope is on any new additions that we sign for goals or inspiration, the likes of Cunha, Mbeumo, and whatever striker. Any other person, I don't have anything. World Cup year, so everybody will sort of lift their games up and all that. But I'm just looking at new signings, Mason Mount as the standout. As for Bruno always Bruno. So yeah, that's just about it. Amad, I'm not even thinking about.
Are we seeing another step in the evolution of Amad?
Let me be honest with you when it comes to Amad. I think as good as he was last season, he's overhyped by Manchester United fans. Yes, this sounds extremely controversial, but I would say it. I think we have to be careful how we pick up our players. It's one of our problems at this football club, where we don't allow players to stay grounded enough. Amad has been at this club for
6 years.
Is it 6 years?
Yeah.
6 years. And he's had only one good season at Manchester United. Let me remind people, one good season at Manchester United. In the West, Manchester United.
Which attributes that, but there is context.
There are contributing factors. I get it. He's been injured. He's been on loan. Blah blah blah. But the Sunderland loan, it's been 4 years of nothing. One good loan at Sunderland and one good season at Manchester United. We are looking for hope. That's what we do. When we are down bad, we look for hope and inspiration. And he stood out last season. But this is what we do. We big up players. It gets into their head. I saw this boy come this season with colored hair, multicolored hair now, doing all sorts of things. You see, it's the same thing that led to Garnacho being what he thinks he is, but he isn't. Sometimes we have to keep these young guys grounded and remind them that they may be good, but they're no rich. The levels that we are supposed to reach, Amad hasn't gotten there yet. This is where I'm going with all this discussion. Not to say he's not a good player, but let's keep things grounded. If Manchester United signs 3 forwards who are very good forwards, Amad isn't starting ahead of any of them. He would be a squad player. And I think as a squad player, he'll be a very good squad player for Manchester United. That's the ceiling I see Amad. I don't go with all the hype that everybody seems to be hyping. It's almost like me hyping Chris Smalling in the season that he stood out as if he's the best centre back ever. Because Manchester United had a bad defense. He was the only one who played all the time and who was fit. we have to be very. See, I'm watching that boy critically. I'm watching that boy critically for some things. Now, all these off-pitch things seem to matter to me now. Let's judge everybody fairly. We've used that to judge certain players in the past. I don't want to go there, but then we've done that. He's coming with painted, colored hair, all sorts of Instagram posts here and there, middle fingers at fans in Hong Kong here and there. I'm seeing certain things, which is very, very familiar with a certain pattern over the past decade when it comes to how Manchester United hypes its players. Let's be extremely, extremely careful.
Well, when Kwame talks, I listen.
This is controversial. I know a lot of people will come in the comments and talk, but I know what I'm talking about.
I know when Kwame talks, I listen. But I mean, he's coming from a place of caution. please understand very well. He's coming from a place of caution, not saying that the player is a bad player or he won't.
I know as fans, so in 2 years' time, it's this same fandom who will turn on this player when social media posts are flying here and there, and the player is doing all sorts of things here and there. They will not even remember that he had a good season.
They won't listen. They won't
I know.
listen to anyone.
They will
They
not
won't
listen.
listen to anyone.
We have to keep our players grounded. They're not rich like that, though. We have to keep them grounded.
It's
We
so
really
important. We have to keep them grounded. We have to keep them grounded. Kwame, let's wrap. I'm just trying to look at the last set of questions that we have. We've done the poll, right? We've spoken about the poll and all of that, and the players that are in camp and all of that. Let me look at the last question. Let's take the last question. And then this 1 hour, we've discussed a lot of things. So
a lot.
so if we go and we don't come back, please don't allow.
We are trying to cover a lot of bases before we go on a hiatus. You people don't want us to go on any break. You want us to always come back. So we're trying to cover.
Let's end this last question. So the person says, how to stop following this club, Manchester United?
Manchester, following divorcing your football club is harder than divorcing any woman. I know this for a fact. The number of times I've said I'm going to leave this football club, I've burnt kids, I've done all sorts of things. I've my membership card. I even threw my membership card away at one point. I was pissed, but we always come back. It's easier to leave your girlfriend or your wife than to leave your football club. Those who are able to change football clubs anyhow. Do you know what I call them? I don't think you're a football fan.
Oh yeah,
You're just trying to be a man or trying to prove a point, like you're part of us, but you're not a football fan. Real football fans, yeah, supporters,
yes,
real supporters, can't just leave. It's not possible. So, in as much as it hurts me for young fans, those who were born in the 2000s. What do they call those people? Is it millennials? We are the millennials.
We are the millennials.
Gen Zs.
We are Gen Zs.
The Gen Zs. It hurts me because they didn't see us when we're good.
Yeah.
They saw the very, very latter part of us being good.
Yeah.
They didn't know that there was a Manchester United who dominated even more than Manchester City has dominated in the Premier League. Fortunately, we enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Right? So the blow isn't as hard.
Winning the league was like.
Yeah.
I mean,
but for the Gen Zs, I understand them. It hurts because all that they have experienced is pain and torture. I feel for them. But you have to stay strong. Once you choose your football club, you have to stay with them through thick or thin. Liverpool were in the wilderness for 30 years. They've won the league twice in the last few years.
Yeah.
Football goes in cycles. Eventually, Manchester United will come back again. And you have to make sure that when we come back, you are there. And when you are there, you would even savor and enjoy it more. So hang in there, whoever you are. There's no question now. I think somebody also wanted to talk about Ineos.
The Ineos one. Yeah, the Ineos one. What do you have?
I think we can close with the Ineos one.
Yes, let's close with Ineos.
They are doing a lot of things off the pitch that are good in a very short space of time. Yeah. But on the pitch is the only thing Manchester United fans care about. It's the only thing I care about right now. I don't care about you opening a training ground and you building a new stadium and hosting the Women's World Cup final in 2035. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
We are stuck behind. The reason why I say this is Barcelona a few years ago were being ridiculed before Laporta. Is it Laporta? Juan Laporta came back. Their president, what's his name? Laporta, right?
Yeah, Laporta, yes. He's come back, yes.
When he came back, Barca were riddled with debt. There were a lot of issues at the football club. What he's been able to do is make Barca champions, almost won the Champions League, and he has built a new stadium, all in a space of 3 years.
He won 2 league titles.
He made Barca compete immediately.
Yes.
He solved their financial problems immediately. He built a stadium immediately. It all depends on how proactive and aggressive you are. And I was speaking about us being proactive and aggressive in the episode preceding this, even in terms of the markets. You may have your long-term plan, but your short-term plan for a big club like Manchester United is to make us as successful as quickly as possible. I don't think Ineos are going at the rates that fans want them to go at because they are taking their time, because the mess that has been left behind may not be as small as buses. It's probably way bigger than we actually think. I know they don't own the club. They just can't get up and do whatever that they want. That certain fans think that they can just get up and put money in. No. The person who owns the club is the one who's supposed to put money in or make others put money in. Otherwise, no money is coming in. It's because they control everything, which is the Glazers. Ineos' job right now is to fix the football on the pitch. They had to get things right after one very, very terrible year where they've made very, very bad decisions, with appointments, and even purchases too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This window, they have to make amends, and they have not got off to a good start. Let's not kid ourselves. It's been a poor window so far. It's been very, very poor. But like you say, there is time. There is time, I guess.
There is time.
So they can still fix this window. At the end of the window, give us a team that we can sit in our houses and say, oh, this team can deliver a good season. If they fail to do so, I'm all in with anybody who would be heavily critical of them, because you cannot continue to fail as badly as you have after the past year that we finished 15th. They have to make amends.
Yeah.
They really do have to make amends. So the jury is out on them. Ultimately, the long and short of all I'm saying is the jury is still out on the Ineos projects, because they haven't yet proven to make the best football decisions. And until they do that, I don't think any fan would be high on the Ineos horse. No.
Well,
stadium, training ground, all those things. Fixing the finances for us, we get it. We understand. But it is about the Wednesday games, and the Saturday games, and the Sunday games, and the team that we see on the football field. They are a reflection of you as owners or whatever the football club. So fix that. Fix that.
All right, guys, thank you so much for being a part of the podcast. We are truly grateful for having you and being a part of the podcast. We'll come your way over the weekend. We'll try and see. Hopefully there will be some more news to come. And
hopefully there's breaking news so that we can come, because this, you know why it's getting repetitive. You know what I mean? Because the club is not doing any action. The club has to do action so that we can get a lot more to talk about.
Now, I'm sure very soon Amorim will be speaking, and some players will be speaking, so there will be some issues here to discuss and all of that. So we'll hear Amorim's outlook, I'm sure, at some point of the season and all of that.
I have a question for the viewers. It's this Q&A thing, because what we did today is basically a Q&A.
Yeah.
Someone was suggesting, is it on our Twitter, I think, X, that we should probably try a live, and then so that people can get involved.
Yes.
So yes, we are asking for your opinions, whether we should try a live, and if we do a live, whether you would be willing to participate, when you would actually be there.
Legit question.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments. And your opinions on anything that we've discussed so far. Your disagreements, everything. We'll answer. We'll come in the comments and then we'll answer.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. My name is Kwame. I was here with Kwame. Thank you so much for doing this.
As
always with us. Thank you so much. Remember, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's continue to have fun here on United and Everything Football. We'll see you on the next one, probably over the weekend. Have a great time. Bye.